My head under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares. Standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm.
Welcome to Dear Dana on a Saturday night. I appreciate you. Sorry I haven't been here on a Wednesday. I'm here on a Saturday. Come on in. Inhale to the count of 4.
And it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil.
Hold it.
Got me coming back for more.
And release through your mouth to the count of 4. Release all that tension and stress.
I got issues in my head.
Welcome on in. Come in. We won't bite. Come on into the chat. Welcome in the bushes. Hope everybody's doing well in 2023. Hope you're off to a good start. Welcome to Dear Dana. Going to begin to chill out that music. I hope you all had a very safe and happy 2023. Welcome. Hello, Marie Crumb.
So if I play
Pick it up. Hello, Bushes. I see you. I appreciate you.
I don't think you
hope everybody's doing well. Inhale to the count of 4 through your nose. Take deep breath. And just hold it. And exhale everything you want to get out of your body.
I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion.
Let it go.
Even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you, I knew this. When I'm with you, I feel so.
Oh, I love that music. Welcome everybody to Dear Dana on a Saturday night. We aren't talking about people specifically out on social media. Hello, RC Peskov. Hope everybody's doing great. And Virginia Woolf, we are talking about challenges. And we are talking about, all those things that bother us. Yes. We are talking about all of our challenges and struggles. Challenges and struggles can be good. Challenges and struggles can be tough. They definitely teach us things, especially challenges. We can choose challenges, give ourselves challenges, and sometimes challenges just hit us in the face. I know I wasn't here Wednesday night. I tried to come back on Thursday night, just could not do it. Not gonna lie, I am pushing myself to be on here tonight. I am definitely pushing myself to be on here tonight. I ask everybody, tell everybody that, it is your best thing to have integrity and be transparent as much as possible. You don't want to tell everybody everything all the time, even the people that you trust the most. Some things you do want to keep to yourself. I was not here Wednesday night because I know most of you know I have MS, and one of the greatest struggles with MS is debilitating fatigue. And right now, one of the medications that I take for it, I have not been able to get, and I am struggling with extreme debilitating fatigue. Extreme. Like moving through quicksand, hour by hour, extreme debilitating fatigue. That is the best way I know how to explain it. From the time I get up to the time I go to bed, it is like I'm trying to move through quicksand. And one day I was eating cereal, and it's more than just a sleepiness. It's more like when you have the flu, and it's that real heavy fatigue. But I went to eat cereal and could not even stay conscious eating cereal. But it's more than the sleepiness. It's just that hard to get through the day thing. I'm not looking for pity, but I appreciate it. Um, Sometimes rest doesn't help. I try to move as much as I can. With MS, I don't even know how to explain it. It's really hard to even explain. It's more, I can't even explain it. I almost want to say it's a physical electronic thing, but that wouldn't even explain it. I want it to come on Wednesday night. I want it to come on Thursday night. And I was trying to get ready. I couldn't even push myself to do it, to be honest with you. So anyway, that is part of why I wasn't on. I was so afraid that you all would be able to see it on my face, hear it in my voice. And I thought, I've just got to be real about it. And if you hear it and you see it, you just do. Hopefully, it will be rectified soon. Unfortunately, I have to have an assist with it so I can feel like my normal self. Because what you see and you hear does not portray who I am on the inside, if that makes sense. It makes it hard to function, to see properly, to um, wrap on all cylinders. It makes the other symptoms worse, if that makes sense. So, I felt like I owed everybody, everyone an explanation. So if I look and seem different, that is why. It's not that I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy about what's going on, but I'm not generally unhappy, if that makes sense. I'm unhappy that I'm not being able to function like I normally do. That is making me unhappy, if that makes sense. The doctor that my MS doctor gave my general practitioner permission to write the prescription so I wouldn't have to travel so far and have my husband take me. Thank you. Aw, I don't look perfect, but thank you, Virginia Woolf. So my husband wouldn't have to drive me so far because of my vision. I can't drive on the interstate like that. But my general practitioner has become a teaching doctor and has decided not to write that prescription for me anymore and turned it over to my MS doctor who is out of town. And it has become a dilemma because I haven't seen my general practitioner in a year and a half because she decided to be a teaching doctor. So I never know who I'm going to get to see when I go into that practice anymore. It's become more detailed than that, but it's become a very hot mess. Well, thank you, RC. So that is why I felt terrible that I didn't come on Wednesday. I felt really bad about it, but I just was not even as functional as I am tonight. I look terrible. I just could not do it. Just was not as functional. So that was part of the reasons that I decided that I had to talk about challenges and struggles because we all have them. And people will decide, well, I'm not going to let them see me sweat. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to keep it hidden, right? I want everybody to think things are perfect. Like someone would think, oh, a counselor, psychotherapist has it all together, never has problems, never has struggles, knows how to deal with all of them. Not true. Not true. I was so worn down the other day and felt so bad that I couldn't come on. It brought me down to tears, not just because I couldn't come on, but because I was frustrated and felt challenged and struggled and couldn't feel like myself and couldn't do anything about it. And just didn't want to feel that way. Didn't want to feel that way, didn't want to not be me. You get what I'm saying. Was trying to meditate, was trying to rest, was trying to this, was trying to that. Nothing was working. Healer, heal thyself. But when you're that fatigued, you can't amp up your power. Hard to do healing on yourself. You get what I'm saying? And I can't be as animated as I want. And inside, I may feel like I'm trying to resonate higher. Hello, professional paranormal. But you get what I'm saying. And yesterday, I had to go for an MRI. And I'm not going to kid with you. When I'm wrapped up in that machine and it's not open, because I can't have an open MRI, I have to have the full closed one. And I'm a little claustrophobic. A lot in an MRI. A lot. And they didn't give me anything to relax me. It's hell for me. Not a pity party, not asking for a pity party, but just saying how it is. It's hell for me. To be in a closed MRI, it feels like a coffin for me. And he was like, do you want me to cover your eyes? I was like, no, that makes it worse for me. Because I don't know how many of you have been in a closed MRI. Maybe it doesn't bother you. It bothers me. And the sounds, when you don't have myelin on your motor nerves, so amplified that, and you can't move at all. They ask you not to move at all. That they want your breathing steady. I was screaming in my head, because it was so loud. So I was in there about an hour and 15 or 20 minutes. And of course, they used to be called MS Center of Atlanta, and now they've changed their name to the Neuroscience Center of Atlanta, I think. And my specialist won't be back until Monday. So I don't know the results. And I'm hoping I can get help with the other issues when he returns. Oh, plugs don't help me. My whole system's very sensitive to all sounds. The plugs don't help me with the sounds. Just don't help. but I'm glad it's over. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot, if you all have noticed, because I taught ESL, which is when you teach English to students that don't speak English, like students across the continent, that English is a second language. You have to use your hands to help them learn the language. So you'll notice when I am speaking to everybody, I use my hands a lot. Anyway, so that has been my situation, why I have not been here this week. I've missed everyone, but that is why I've not been here. Because I've been on the struggle bus and had a lot of challenges. I'm not going to lie to you. So, you were an interpreter for 40 years. Oh, that's amazing. Virginia Woolf says, I hit the panic button on the MRI once. I had to stop it. It's not easy. Sorry, you have to get some data. They're not easy. Thank you. I have to get them about once or twice a year. If I have, it looked like I had a relapse a couple of months ago because the whole right side of my body went numb for 4 or 5 days. So they want to see what's going on. But yeah. Hey, Fanatic Connecting Guru. Thank you. Sorry, I was just telling them why I haven't been around to this week. I've been having some struggles and challenges, like we all do. But I preach having integrity, and it's important sometimes for us to be transparent. And we garner respect at times if we do. It helps us to be real to people. We don't have to tell every tiny aspect of our life, but it's easier to be a real human and be connecting to people if we can, not try to appear perfect. Thank you, Fanatic. But I'm struggling with some heavier MS symptoms, so I didn't feel like I'd come on this week. So I don't have all the energy that I normally do. But anyway, when we speak of our challenges and our struggles, sometimes we are afraid, and we as humans feel like we need to put on the mask. I.e., on my thumbnail, I put the girl with the And a lot of people will put on that smile. I'm fine. I'm good. Everything's okay. Right? Thank you, Fanatic. And that was my point. A lot of people will put on that mask. We don't live in people's heads. We don't live in people's heads, their hearts, to always know the struggles inside. Like I said before, we all live it in our heads, our hearts. Sometimes even within our own homes, with family, with friends, we can be having a conversation with someone and still be having another conversation in here with ourselves. struggling internally, having challenges within our heart, our head, our mind. And how do we deal with those? How do we deal with those, right? How do we deal with our struggles? Do we stuff it in? Do we get passive aggressive with people, even those we're closest with, because we aren't talking about it? We're not coping with it. What do we do? Hello, Willow. Happy New Year. What do we do with that energy? Do we look at the people around us and watch how they cope? Do we envy people? Do we look and see how other people are coping and take notes from them? Or I've seen people that kind of get off on people having worse struggles than them. I've seen that. Almost as though it makes them feel better to know someone has it harder than them. But I've also seen people become grateful and see things with a better perspective when they see that other people do have it harder. So I'm just curious if people garner lessons from their challenges and struggles, or do they take a nosedive from it? Even though this week I have given in for a moment and shed some tears, balled up. Oh, thank you so much, Fanatic. He says, positive vibes and vibes come back as much as I can. I love this about Fanatic Connecting Guru. If you get a chance, please check out his channel. He supports so many people and sends out positive vibes. He connects a lot of creators from all over the world and really just supports them and asks that they genuinely support one another. No, what's the word I'm looking for? It's no, forgive me, Fanatic, glitchy. It's no channel per channel thing. It's genuine support and people getting to know one another kind of thing. He doesn't really ask for anything in return except for people being good humans and being very caring of one another. He's just a good guy, a good human. Fanatic Connecting Guru. Please check him out if you get a chance. But when my energy is sapped like that, like it is now, with debilitating fatigue. Hey, Shelly Marie, it will make it easy for me to be emotional, if that makes sense. So I gave into the emotions and the frustration and the tears and all of that stuff. I'm not a doctor, but I know glut- glutathione will help remove iron oxide and graphene oxide from your system and maybe making your MS worse. I will have to check into it. I was able to get a prescription for B12 injections and took one today. So thank you, Shelly Marie. Let me write that down. Arsenic. Let me write that down. Where do I find that? I guess I'll look. Is that something you get at the drugstore? What is that? A supplement? Is it in food? I will definitely check into it. But it's like with anything, we are all going to have our challenges. It is like this. Life is a challenge. Things get thrown into our lives for a challenge. Sometimes I look at, for instance, MS has taught me things about myself. You get what I'm saying? It's taught me things about myself. About taking better care of myself, about not running myself off the rails so much. I still push hard too much sometimes. An enzyme or an amino acid. Okay, thank you. So we have to look at what is our body telling us sometimes. What is our life telling us? You know what I mean? Sometimes we watch things on TV, certain genres even, maybe, as a release. I think maybe when I was a kid, I was attracted to horror movies as a release for something going on in my life. We are attracted to certain things for reasons, if you really think about it. So I'm asking you in the chat, have you had certain challenges lately or struggles lately that you feel like you hold in, you hide from others, and you mask it? Do you feel like you mask it? You feed the pain body. Is that what you said, Arsene? Can you expand on that at all? In what way you feed the pain body? Think about it like this. People will often feed the pain in their body, their emotions, through food, through alcohol, right? I see what you're saying, Arsene. Yeah. I did it as a kid through horror movies. So I could fight darkness and take on the characteristic as the one in the movie fighting the darkness. And I feel like it was a precursor as a light worker, if that makes sense. It was something in me fighting the darkness, but it also represented things going on in my life that I had no control over. You get what I'm saying? That I had no control over. And I mean, that didn't necessarily involve me, but was going on around me. So we sort of become attracted to things that will help with things internally, but we will mask it and not either speak of it, find other coping mechanisms that might be more beneficial in some ways, or talk to someone. You get what I'm saying? So I'm wondering how many of you in here mask challenges or struggles? And when I say mask, I mean box it up, internalize it, smile, and act like everything's okay when people go, "How are you doing? You doing okay? How's life treating you?" That kind of thing. Or you try to pipe it out to, like, let's say, people look for it on television somehow. Some people might pipe it out through housewives or find it in a movie, a documentary, something. Oh, honey. Arseny says, I hide that I often struggle with unacceptance and not fitting in. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm honored, so honored, Arseny, that you shared that here at this moment today. I'm very honored that you shared that here today. And I want you to know, I guarantee you, almost everyone in this room probably, if they don't feel that way this moment, probably more often than not, shares that same feeling. And I have felt that way. And I bet many in the bushes have. But I'm so honored that you shared that. I hate that you feel that way, but I want you to know that you're not alone. I distract myself by watching a lot of Japanese anime. That way I don't get sad or bad anxiety. I'm glad that's a distraction for you, paranormal. Let me ask you this. I'm glad it's a distraction for your anxiety. Is there anything that you do that helps you work through your anxiety? That's a good distraction. Are there things that help you work through and understand your anxiety? See, Shelley has felt that way. You do with Korean shows. Hey, Shavy. Good. I'm glad it's helping paranormal. To be honest with you, Arseny, I have made lots of acquaintances and friends over my lifetime, but as far as fitting in, I have felt that way most of my life. So I think that we would make good friends. Coloring in helps in animals. Yes, those are excellent things, RC. Those are excellent. I like that. I like that. Now, when the challenges hit, and at first they bring you down, hello, Shapey. At first they bring you down, and like I said, the challenges have got me down right now. But then the challenge and the struggle, yes, feed the inner child. The challenge and the struggle also becomes the challenge. When the challenge becomes the challenge, do you know what I'm saying? When the challenge that is the struggle turns and becomes the challenge. Who knows what I'm saying? Thank you, Shapey. When the challenge becomes the challenge, like right now I've got this challenge and the struggle, and it's got me by the figurative balls, but now it's become the challenge. That is the cycle of life I live in. It may have me here, but now it's here. Because I advocate for myself. And it may sometimes me advocating for myself when I know if I see something that's wrong. I advocate for my children, advocate for my family, advocate when I see something wrong. And I don't do it to be a loudmouth or a Karen, any of that shit. Excuse my French. I advocate when I see that something is wrong, is wrong, is wrong. Whether it's for family, children, a stranger, it's wrong. And I have proof or the law standing behind me. Period. If it's wrong, I don't care if I don't know you and I see that you're being done wrong and I can prove it and get something changed, I'm going to advocate. And it's not going to be for just about me in the end. And the people that make the laws or the rules or the people in white, red, yellow, or purple are probably not going to like it initially. They're not going to like it initially. And I'm going to get pushback. And I'm probably going to pay the price for it for a hot minute. I'm probably going to pay the price for it for a hot minute. But in the big picture, it's going to make a difference for more than just me. But I end up paying the price for it for a hot minute. But that's the way we all should be as light workers. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Am I talking out of my butt? I may have gone in some kind of weird tangent. If I did, please tell me. My family thinks anxiety is not real, but I tell them, how would you know if you never had it? Anxiety and depression is our worst enemy to deal with every day. They wouldn't know if they've never had it, Willow. But here's the thing. You don't have to keep fighting with your family to get them to understand right now at this point. Right now, at this point, your only job is to get the treatment that you need. Get the treatment that you need. Get the help that you need. Be able to take care of your kids and do what you have to do. It's cultural. We both know that. They don't have to understand right now. It's probably going to be like beating a dead horse, right? So you do you. You do what you have to do to take care of you. We both know it's a cultural thing. They're not going to know it's real, like you said, until they've been through it. And I would be willing to bet you, I would be willing to bet you your mother has experienced it. And she is too proud or fearful of admitting it because of cultural stuff. I'd be willing to bet you your mother has experienced it and is too afraid to admit it. It's not easy to hear when people say, stay positive. It's made me mad before during rough times, but ultimately, I think there is wisdom in staying positive, even though I find it sounds cliche. Here's the thing. Here's the thing where I think stay positive. I know it sounds cliche. Here's the challenge that I do want to approach with you all. Let me address this and I'll say it. Shelley is 100% right. As we're stressed to you, trying to get them to understand why. It does add more stress because it's like chasing a dog's tail, round and round and round and round and round. Chasing the tail, chasing the tail. It does sound cliche, and in some ways it's like, oh, stay positive. It's all going to work out. It's frustrating when you're going through a struggle or challenge and you want someone to hear you and listen, and they go, oh, stay positive, because it sounds like they're sort of blowing you off. And you want them to go, ah, you're not listening. I want you to hear me. Don't just tell me to stay positive. Anybody can say that to me. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hold on. Yeah. You got to try to do things anyway. But I get what you're saying, Willow. Here's the thing. Here's the challenge that I want to give everybody. And I want you to think about this. At first, I wanted to give you a week challenge, but then I thought, this may be really hard for people, especially people that are diehard housewife watchers. But a week would be optimal for those in the bushes and those out here. I would really love to see a week for all of you. And when I get through telling you what it is, thank you, Marie Crum, so much, honey. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Um, here is the challenge. My challenge to you is and I know that you can't do this if you're on a bus, at your job, in a public space where you can't control what other people do. But in anything that you are choosing in your own space, in your life, you can do this. My challenge to you for a week, now you may have to whittle it down. It may end up being a day, depending. My challenge to you is to only allow positive things to come into your ears, your eyes, your mouth. Now, I know some of you are smokers, so let's not count that, your coffee, your cigarettes. When I say your mouth, I mean, don't let, let's say out of your mouth, negative words about people. Don't say terrible things about people. Don't watch a lot of negative television. Don't listen to negative, awful stuff. Just ingest and outgest only positive, calming stuff for a week. That would be my challenge to you for a week. Don't say bad things about people, negative things about people. Don't be in places where you breathe in toxic fumes if you can at all help it. Don't listen to a bunch of negative stuff on the news and negative media. Negative, negative, negative. Don't watch a bunch of negative stuff. Only choose to take in positive things and only choose to say positive or neutral things. Positive or neutral, positive or neutral. And only do positive or neutral things. Unless it's work related, you have to ride a bus or public transportation where you cannot control what other people are doing. That would be my challenge to you for a week. And I would like for you to take notes at the beginning. Just jot down notes. Just a few little notes each day. Right? What you might have watched or listened to. You see what I'm saying? Just little notes, just for that week. And see what, if anything, changed making those changes just for a week. X-naying all the negativity that you're allowing into your body just from seeing, hearing, breathing, saying. because it will shift some things going on in your body, in your brain, in your energy. Yes, I'm reading your mind, Arcee. I feel it may be a struggle for some people. I would really love to see people do it for a week. Yeah, they can't relate, Lulu. Yeah, I've pretty much quit watching Housewives for, except for what I hear on um, YouTube this entire year. So I would really, really, really be curious. I don't think I brought my glasses in here, so I'm struggling to read. Um, I would be curious to see if you seriously take this challenge, how it changes things. Because it will change things. You'll find some shifts going on in your moods. You'll find shifts in your moods. You'll find shifts in your sleep. You'll find shifts in your energy levels. Now, it doesn't change MS energy. Let me just say that. Yeah, high frequency sounds do change your moods. I love this. Good, RC. Um, I cannot make any of you do any of this, but I would love to see you take this challenge just for, let's say today's Saturday. Oh, for a week, for 5 days, something. I would love to see you do it. I love that, Shelley. Yeah, it can be very stressful. Who feels like they are up to this challenge? Drop a yes in the chat if you're up to this challenge. But I very well could be in a ball on the couch. I'm not going to lie to you. The other day, I was laying across my bed 2 hours before I could have come on here and said, I can't do this. I did. You will try, Virginia Woolf. Can you try for 3 days? What would keep you from trying, Virginia Woolf? What are you so addicted to? Hey, B and Mix, thank you for coming on here. Nice to have you on the channel. B and Mix, do you have your own channel? Thank you for coming on tonight. And just so you know, I saw your picture with your wife the first time. You are a very lovely couple. You got your hair cut, didn't you? Very lovely couple. And I sent you an email back, by the way, Virginia Woolf. I don't know if you got it. I would love to see you all do the challenge. Do it for as many days as you can. Take notes about yourself. And here's another thing I want to address before it leaves my squirrel brain. You know how we're always wanting to read about people's lives from 100 years ago? I'm always trying to get everybody, I'm trying to encourage people to journal. And we always want to know about people's lives from a long time ago. if you could journal little by little about your lives, there are going to be people 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now that are going to want to know about you, that are going to be interested in your life. Believe it or not, each and every one of you have an interesting book in you. You have an interesting story about who you are. Each and every one of you is an ongoing movie, a mini-series about a human being worthy of knowing, about worthy of knowing from generations that are ahead of us. Truly, that if all you did was keep a journal that went in some kind of time capsule ahead of us, that would be a beautiful thing for for kids of the future to know about us. You don't know why, but you keep watching near-death experiences. Look, here soon, when my crap is more together, RC, I am going to bring a host of people on, probably once a week or twice a month at least, to share. I know you've heard my near-death experience, but to share their own near-death experiences. So people will get more and more comfortable with the fact that basically birth and death are more alike than different. We're going in and out of the same door, basically. I know we on Earth, as human beings, wearing these flesh suits, basically. It sounds terrible. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but what I'm saying is we don't really die. People may not like me to say that, but we don't. We cannot save these physical cellular bodies because we have to transition to new ones, just like we have to transition to new vehicles, right? But yeah, I want to bring people like myself, more so, that have had near-death experiences, have returned, etc., have experienced connections with loved ones. I am going to be able to have private classes soon when they open it up here in February. I am going to offer appointments soon, etc., etc. It's going to become more expansive on the channel, but we're going to do psychological, spiritual. The channel's just going to open up more. You're probably having more of a curiosity about it because we just need to be. I guess I'm an edu-channel, edutainment, educational and entertainment. I've never known what to call myself, but we're going to open it up where you can learn more and see more people on here. Next Wednesday, I'm going to have, I believe her name is Jessica from Kenya, from Akia Nutrition, come here from Kenya to share her nutritional knowledge, which is going to be great. We've been talking about it. All of the natural nutrition, etc., etc. So we're going to open up to a lot of new different things. Again, I'm going squirrel. Sorry. Journaling is very helpful not just for future people to read about us, but for us to get more insight into ourselves. Because sometimes you can journal things, go back and read it, and see some insight into ways you're thinking that where you get an aha moment about yourself that you didn't realize, or an insight about your own heart, or about your own desires, or your own wants, or something going on in your life that you didn't realize while you're living it, if that makes sense. I have a dream. Please do a collaboration with Xi Young. She is a amazing and deep esoteric teacher. I don't know that I have seen her. Xi Young. And I will tell you, if they have a huge following, they probably will not do one with me. Just FYI, because they don't have anything to gain from doing one with me. Because I'm a small creator. Just so you know. I mean, it would be great if they did, but that's kind of how YouTube works. Usually, if they are a much larger creator, they don't tend to want to do one with a smaller one. Unless they're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart. If I ever become big, I would do one with a small one. Because everybody had to start small somewhere. But keep bringing your suggestions. I definitely want to hear them. But I am throwing that challenge out to you. At least try it for a full 24 hours. I'd like for you to do it for a week. But it will definitely shift things in the way your whole being works. If you just speak only positive, and I don't mean fake positive, I just mean don't say negative things about people and be like, hey, you SOB on the road and stuff like that. Yeah, it is a shame. Because they had to start little. Like I'm having to start little. I would love to get bigger. But if I did get big, I would work with somebody small. I would bring on somebody small. Just like I'm going to be bringing creators, if I can find them, from all over the place with different things going on. People that you've never heard of that you wouldn't have the opportunity to meet. So there. So bring me your ideas, bring me your thoughts, things you would like to hear about. I would like to say I would do angel messages tonight, but I'm not going to do, I can't tonight. I don't want to try tonight with my energy like it is. It wouldn't be fair. Exactly. Writing is a different way of communicating. I'm happy that writing is the thing. Me too. Yeah, I was already told them that I would bring him on, just not during the holidays. Thanks, Shelley. Just not during the holidays. Oh, I didn't mean to pull up just me. I've got to go have another Christmas with my brothers tomorrow because they had it with their in-laws. So we're having to do it with them tomorrow late. No, it wouldn't be good for me, Shelley. Thank you. No, it wouldn't. My brain is not capable right now. So I guess what I'm telling you all to do, it's like I want it to be transparent about challenges and struggles. I want you all to be able to, look, there's no weakness. There's not a weakness. I used to think it was weak. I was raised to think it was weak. To speak of your challenges or struggles. But honestly, it takes more strength to admit that you're dealing with something. But you don't have to tell every nuance of everything all the time. And you don't have to tell every bit of everything, not even to your closest. Some things can be kept to yourself. But you don't have to keep everything packed in until it makes you sick or creates illness. Boundaries are good. Healthy boundaries are good. I always say protect your energy. So it's about learning to make the healthy boundaries, but at the same time, learn how to be transparent when you need to. Does that make sense? Be transparent when you need to be. There's no shame in being a human being. There's no shame in being a human being. You don't want the world to think that you are so perfect and infallible and yada, 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 that is the expectation of all others. I'm sure as hell not perfect and infallible. I want to help people. That's my intention at all times. I do not live with malice, but I'm not perfect. And I was brought here to have a job, but I was also placed in a flesh navigator. You get what I'm saying? So you deal with what you got to deal with. Let's put a flesh navigator. Same day. And plus, most people I know just don't understand, just like Willow is experiencing. Yeah. Are they a channel on here? What are we talking about? A channel on YouTube. Oh, okay. Y'all are having a whole different kind of conversation on here. So I want you to look at your struggles and challenges. Yes, they can be rough. Yes, they are hard. Don't feel like you have to be an island. Reach out for support. Reach out to support of a friend, of a family member, of somebody on here. Of somebody on here. If you've seen myself or somebody on here that is a, hey, Mark Kropka, Pirate Radio, that you know is a common face, me or one of my mods that you know you can trust, reach out to someone on here. You don't have to be an island. Go through your struggles and challenges. It's okay to be transparent, but don't be a victim of your challenges. Don't be a victim of your struggles. Don't enjoy being a victim. Don't allow yourself to be a victim of your challenges and your struggles. Go through the challenges and struggles, right? And then let your challenge become a challenge. Challenge your challenge. Challenge your challenge. Find a way to challenge your challenge. Allow it to become your lesson. And not like, oh, you did something wrong, that's your lesson. Challenge your challenge. We all come out on the other end at some point or the other. We are all here for each other in here. Is that right or is that right, crew? We're all here for each other. I've never once known anybody in here not here for each other. And I appreciate every single person in here. Marie Crum, Shelley Virginia Wolf, Arsene Peskov, Mark Kropka, Willow, Shelley, who else did I miss? And continued prayers for Sheila Swin Steve and everybody in the bushes. And those that will come in the replay gang. And I love you all too for your support and your care and your love and your light and your prayers tonight. Thank you for me. I appreciate it. I needed it. And thank you for your patience for me. I felt so guilty this week. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. Shelley was like, I sent you a note. It looks like you read it. You didn't reply to me. What's wrong? And I swear I didn't see it, but you know how things go. And Shay, of course, beautiful Shay too. And my whole Instagram is all. I get all these pop-ups every time I try to look at Instagram or any other thing. My thing, these pop-up ad things come up on my phone and will disrupt anything I'm looking at, and I have to go back to whatever app I'm at to look at what I'm looking at. And I don't know how to get the pop-ups off. So if anybody has any advice for me, I would appreciate it. They're like pop-up ads that interrupt anything I'm trying to look at. That will knock off my Instagram or my Facebook or whatever, or even my text messages. Hello? If anybody's got any advice, I don't know how to get them off. I will be playing a game. It's not really a game. It's where you find the differences, and the pop-up ad will come on and knock my game off. Anyway, that's a squirrel, just to let you know. But on that note, I love you all, and I appreciate you all. I hope you will take my challenge. The challenge again is do not let anything, you're in control. This is the thing, the challenge. Oh, thank you, Shelley, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Here is the challenge. You can't control people at work, on the bus, in a taxi, on a train, on the plane. But as long as you have control, do not say negative things about people. Do not take in any negativity through things you watch, listen to, say, get involved in. Or if people are being negative interactions around you, right? So just do not get involved. Watch, listen to, talk about, or be in any negative interactions around you. I mean, don't watch negative, awful graphic things. listen to, talk about, or be around negative interactions. The goal is, the challenge is for a week. Take notes about what you watch and listen to. That means don't cuss anybody out, that kind of thing. If the least you can do is for 24 hours, that is awesome. I would love for it to be as long as a week. As long as a week. And then let me know next Saturday how it goes for you. Because it can cause some changes in your body. I've been doing that. I had to stop watching some YouTubers because they trigger my bad attitude. Thank you, Shelly. Yeah. And I've noticed, sometimes things are like beating a dead horse. Yeah, absolutely. But it would be very interesting because it will make some shifts that you didn't even realize just by doing this, how it was affecting things. But let me know, because I'd be real curious. And thank you for those in the bushes and those that will watch the replay for coming tonight. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your prayers. I greatly appreciate everything. I love you all so much. If you have any of your own challenges or struggles, or you need some advice for some problems that you have going on, do not hesitate to drop them in the comments below, or even DM me at DearDana1111 if you'd like some private advice. Okie doke. Thank you all for coming tonight. Love you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. I always forget to say that. And remember, protect your energy. Be good to yourself. Take it easy, but take it very focused. And plan your visions well for 2023. Don't make any resolutions, make promises. And remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. Love you all so much. And I will, all things given, I will see you all on Wednesday night. Take it easy, and we shall go. I don't have anything else to say. Thank you all for coming tonight. Love you all so much. Bye-bye. I'm going to throw the music down. Let's rock it on out and rock it well. By Netflix. Let's go.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope.
Bye in the bushes. Love you so much.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo.
Thank you so much, RC.
Go.
Thank you, Virginia. Everybody, love you.
I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need.